My apologies if this is too wordy. I am 25 years old and would really like to be in a relationship, but it is very difficult. I think I have a great job. I travel weekly, so it is a bit difficult to join clubs or find new hobbies during the week. I do go out on weekends with my friends, but many of those activities are sports-related. I joined the dating applications Hinge and Tinder. It has been about 6 months, and I have never gotten a match. I am aware that I am not the most attractive person, but I did not think it would be this bad. I am short and a bit too skinny, and I am going to the gym to improve my appearance. Does anyone have any advice? I feel like I am running out of time, and this is affecting my mindset. If anyone is interested in giving feedback on my profiles, please message me. Be as honest as possible. I am open to improving my profile in any way. Story 1. I did not have success with women until my late 20s. Gear is what made the difference. Gym. I felt a lot better about myself after a year or so in the gym. I looked better and felt stronger. This boosted my confidence. Hygiene. I was already a very hygienic person, but adding a skincare routine really helped my skin look better. This boosted my confidence. Fashion. I now regularly purchase new outfits every few months and try to stay relatively up to date on fashion trends. This boosted my confidence. Haircut. I keep my hair looking fresh by getting it cut every 2 weeks. This boosted my confidence. Mental health. I focused more on mental health and dealt with my anxiety problems. This boosted my confidence. Going out. I started going out a lot more. I do not mean partying, though I did go to live music a lot, but also trying new things like adult night classes and hobby groups. I met many people and made a lot of new friends. This boosted my confidence. At the end of the day, the only 3 things that matter in dating are confidence, consistency, and taking rejection well. You will get rejected. This is normal, and you should not feel bad about it as much as you can. But guys, unfortunately, have to make the first move most of the time, so accept it unless you want to be alone forever. Story 2. Apps are a terrible way to date. A friend of the family, someone you know from school. Literally anything is better than an app. Story 3. Well, that's better than being alone. If you engage with older women, remember they know younger girls. I met my wife through my mentor at work. There is nothing wrong with using the help of older women. Story 4. On the flip side, I am also 25 and I will tell you something that the majority of people are saying here. You can try to improve yourself all you want, but at the end of the day, there is no guarantee it will result in a relationship or attention from women. I have never had a girlfriend either. Since high school, people always told me I had to improve myself to become attractive or desirable. So I spent years doing that. I greatly improved my hygiene, started paying attention to what I was wearing, changed some of my personal views, attended a good university, got a well-paying job, learned guitar, made the dean's list, joined many clubs, joined a Division I sports team, eliminated my stutter, got great photos for my profiles, went on dates, and more. But to be honest, I do not feel substantially closer to having a girlfriend now than before I did all those things. This is not to be too pessimistic. I just want you to be aware that no amount of self-improvement will automatically get you a girlfriend. However, I do not regret any of it because it made me a much better person today. Best of luck to you, friend. Story 5. What do you bring to the table? Nobody wants to date a project except control freaks. Pretend for a second that I am someone you would want to date. What do you have in common with me that would connect us? What interests would we share? What current trends would we both follow? I have said this before, but dressing for success is actually important. When you are out in public, how do you present yourself? Do you have your finances together? You said you have a great job, but a great job does not always equal great money, especially if the trade-off is being out of town every week. If I went to your place, would I find it to be a tidy, modern home with actual furniture? Or would it be cluttered with a futon, no artwork on the walls, and a mattress on the floor? Why are you so afraid of meeting women in public? If the dating apps do not work for you, why do you not take the initiative to meet women elsewhere? You have a much better chance of being in the dating pool if you are personally available rather than one of hundreds of thousands of accounts on a dating app. Does it make sense to be separate from social relationships with women and then suddenly be in a romantic one and pretend that your communication will just work? You learn to talk to women by talking to women. Get in shape. Improve superficial aspects. But remember, in order to have a relationship, you have to be relatable. Story 6. Whatever effort you put in is whatever results you will get out. Gym, skincare, hair, style, intelligence. Work on these and you will be better than the majority of men. Story 7. Very simply, become more attractive. Physically, eat better, exercise, groom more, smell better, whiten teeth, clear acne and blackheads if possible. The possibilities are very high for most people. Intellectually, become more interesting by developing better hobbies, reading more, learning to cook, and acquiring more skills. Improve your speech and confidence. Learn how to be more pleasant to be around by reading books or listening to audiobooks. There are endless ways to improve your desirability. Go out and do that. Knowledge and the willingness to confront yourself are essential. Story 8. If you use dating applications, understand that they have a low success rate overall. These applications purposely make it difficult for you to be seen unless you pay, and they match you with people with whom you do not have great compatibility. It would not work out well for companies like Tinder if everyone got married quickly. Do not let it affect your confidence. I am good looking, get plenty of matches, and still my success rate on Tinder is laughably bad. Another thing, it is not too late. I know what you are looking for, and you will find it eventually. Do not take this as advice to stop self-improvement and the pursuit of relationships. You essentially have 20 years to be in the age range to marry almost any woman you want. There is always an arrangement for everyone. I have dated many women in my life, and not only do I have little to show for it, but it has also made it harder to form a real connection with any woman. Do not think you are missing out. My advice is to take your time, keep putting yourself out there, keep trying to improve, and do not let those dating applications get to you. Delete them if you have to. They are a scam. Good luck. Story 9. Sounds like you need to learn how to date before finding someone to commit to. When you are hungry, you are willing to eat anything, but you do not want to eat that for the rest of your life. Discover the best version of yourself you want to be and plan your steps to get there. After that, use the dating apps and learn how to flirt. The biggest pitfall I see is men befriending women without flirting, then realizing too late that they ended up in the friend zone. Break down this mission into small, achievable steps instead of trying to rush it in a few weeks. Story 10. Ask your friends if they have attractive sisters. In my experience, I have no luck on dating applications if I am not paying for the premium features. Story 11. Delete the dating apps. I have to assume your hygiene is okay. You wash with soap, wash your hair, brush your teeth every day, and use mouthwash. There are small things you can do, like get a haircut, buy a few deodorants and male perfumes, and try a new aftershave. There are bigger things you can do, like buy nicer clothes. Don't ask women for advice, but do listen to women when they give a reaction. Buy a pair of nice shoes and a nice watch. These get you in the door more often than not. Practice talking to women daily. Don't make it a big deal like trying to get her number. Just have a conversation and think about how relaxed you were, whether it had a natural flow, whether you included some little jokes, whether she leans in or leans away. Did she nervously chuckle or did she smile? Straight up asking for a phone number can actually turn a girl away if she wasn't already planning to give it to you. Have a reason to ask for it instead, like, "You're planning to do X?" "Yeah, I've done that a few times and I took some photos for best results. Would you like me to send them to you?" "Yeah, no problems at all. What's your number? I'll message you." Get a hobby and practice it. Not so you meet a girl there, but so you can be passionate about something in conversation. Get out and do stuff on your own or with friends. You need to have life experiences to fall back on, to project confidence. Confidence comes from accomplishment. By the way, never lead with your wallet, a compliment, or an accomplishment. These are fallbacks, not openings. Find other ways to start a conversation. My go-to is asking a question. Good luck. Story 12. Avoid dating applications. If you are experiencing depression or similar issues, address those first. Otherwise, you may isolate yourself, and even if you are a decent person, you cannot be noticed if you keep hiding. Speaking from experience. Story 13. It's never too late. It just gets harder. I had a friend who got his first girlfriend at 35. Don't compare yourself to others. Story 14. Do not bulk up. Do not change. Do not be different. Just talk to women. That is the main issue. Find a woman and talk to her. That is how you improve your social skills. Talk to a woman, and if it does not go well, talk to another. There are more women than men. Talk to them. One of them will enjoy talking to you. Story 15. You are the same person I was 6 years ago, even down to the weekly work travel. I met someone at 26 and stopped traveling. It was not because of her, but in hindsight, I don't think it would have worked in the early stages if I hadn't stopped. I am now 31, married with 2 kids, and happier than ever. I am average height, so no comment there. It is not fair, but people do judge based on height if we are being honest. You are not too late. Story 16. Sort out your life. Be disciplined. Hit the gym. Sleep well and maintain a healthy diet. Groom yourself well. Learn how to dress. I swear 75% of the population dress like what my mom gave me when I was a child. Actively looking for a girlfriend is not how you get into a serious relationship. In my opinion, those evolve from good friendships. Just talk to women like you would talk to your friends. Be genuine. If the vibe is right, you will know and can start flirting in a way that feels natural to you. Story 17. Give up on dating applications. They do not work. I have been told by multiple non-family people that I am attractive, yet even the occasional match I received would never talk with me beyond a couple of introductory messages. Story 18. Often, when using dating apps like Tinder or Hinge, you might be doing something that is a total turnoff without realizing it, such as having only pictures of yourself. I recommend focusing on improving yourself physically and mentally, and things will work out naturally. The times in my life when I had the most women show interest were when I was not focused on dating and was simply living my life. Also, as a fellow short man, I believe it is much easier to meet women in person. Including a height like 5 feet 5 inches in your bio can cause you to be overlooked. You may not get the chance to showcase who you are or your personality. Story 19. Change your living surroundings. Try looking for a mixed flat or even a flat with 2 females. This can be harder than a mixed flat. Alternatively, book yourself into party hostels around the summer months. The women you meet there, try to just talk to them and become friends. Ask if they would like to go out for dinner, drinks, or whatever. If you like one of them, then obviously make your move. Or just ask which of their friends are single and if they would be willing to wingman you or something like that. 25 is fine. You have so much time to get a girlfriend. Do not put pressure on yourself. Your main focus should be your studies and your path to becoming a successful man. Women will respect a man who is focused and can provide a home in the future, so don't worry too much about trying to get a girlfriend now. They can really be a bit of a pain sometimes. Also, don't be afraid to talk to complete strangers. If you see someone you like, smile at them. If they return the smile, it can normally be a natural signal to just say, "Hi, excuse me, can you come here a second?" They will stop, say, "What's up?" Then just give them some smooth charm like, "I completely forgot where I was going just now because your eyes, hair, or whatever are so beautiful." She will laugh. Then you say, "What's your name?" Wait, if she asks you yours, then you can ask her for her number. You will normally get it or just ask, "Do you want my number?" If she's not interested, who cares? You didn't lose anything you didn't already have. Dating apps are a complete waste of time and money if you don't live in a major metropolitan district. Don't even bother with them. You are better off putting that effort into the gym, new shoes, cologne, or even flowers for women. Also, time your ask right. You want to go on a minimum of 3 dates first and preferably have had sex a couple of times before you ask her to be your girlfriend. If you ask too early, she will see that as a sign of desperation and will be turned off. Story 20. Find someone in real life with a common interest. I know you say you are too busy for clubs, but I think you'll need to make the time or adjust your working life to free up your spare time. Make them laugh and ask to meet up outside of the situation where you met them. I always thought the idea of finding someone through dating sounds tiring and dull. I'm not saying you need to wait for the right person, but I suggest making a conscious effort to get out of your comfort zone and meet new people. Then act quickly if you feel a spark. Story 21. I am 31 and have never had a real relationship. There is nothing to be worried about. Focus on yourself and your life. Be yourself unless you are a creep. In that case, stop being a creep. Eventually, you will meet someone and it will click. There is no rush. A relationship is a society-based dependency anyway. Story 22. Going to the gym is always a great place to start when you want to feel better about yourself and more confident. I'm going to level with you as a fellow vertically challenged man. Dating applications are designed against us. This is not a self-victimization statement. These applications are designed against all of us. Dating applications commodify people as easily as Amazon one-click buying and delivery application instant reorders do. They are meant to be impersonal and devoid of social repercussions for treating dating as if we are shopping for a perfect partner. They prey on the superficiality of appearance more than anything else because honestly no one's biography is really important when you can see hundreds of different people in a matter of minutes. One can select height, education, religion, and so on as preferences because they believe those factors outweigh the value of the person they would be meeting. If you value those things, that is fine, but it naturally restricts you from everyone else outside of those bounds. Dating applications are a very real way people meet nowadays, so I am definitely not going to tell you not to use them. However, I do want to encourage you to focus on real-world connections and interactions where possible. Try working on your confidence, as confidence is an attractive characteristic for a partner to have. I have seen my friends drive potential partners away on the first interaction just because they exude so much desperation. Remember that women are just people and deserve respect and normal interactions all the same. If you happen to be out at a bar with friends and see someone you think is attractive, there is nothing wrong about saying, "Hi, my name is ____. I think you have a very nice smile," or laugh. Or even just saying, "Hi, I just want to say I think you're beautiful. Have a nice night." And then continuing on. I am 24, turning 25 this year. I understand how you're feeling from it feels like everyone is in a relationship or married or having kids perspective, but believe me, you are not falling behind everyone else. There is no race and milestones are not timed. I thought I would be in hundreds of different lives with different careers or with different people, but life has a funny way of twisting and turning all over the place and landing you where you need to be. The Time Left application sets up dinners with 5 strangers, giving you an opportunity to meet people in a neutral setting. Story 23. First, address the issue of feeling desperate. You have plenty of time. Second, continue going to the gym and also look for other ways to improve, such as hygiene and grooming, cooking, and good conversational skills. This last point may seem a little harsh. You mentioned that you know you are not the best looking. Are your expectations and criteria for a partner aligned with your own qualities? Or might you need to reevaluate the type of people you choose to pursue? I am not saying do not follow your heart or pursue what excites you, but keep in mind the first impression people have before they get to know you. My wife was far out of my league, but I was in a situation where she got to know me over time. Story 24. Go to the gym and bulk or cut if necessary. Aim for as much muscle mass as possible while maintaining 15% body fat or below. Expand and enhance your wardrobe. A nice pair of boots could work. You cannot go wrong with well-fitted button-up shirts, jeans, and a nice pair of boots. Get a good haircut while you are at it. If you are losing your hair, shave and go completely bald, which is not costly, or consider a hair transplant, which is expensive and requires maintenance. Of course, brush your teeth, wear deodorant, and bathe daily. Dating applications are ineffective for 95% of men and statistically proven to be so. That is why I continue to attend singles events in major cities. I genuinely believe singles events will grow in popularity in the coming years. Pursue hobbies that involve women as well. If you are in a major city, a singles event coordinator like Jigsaw will organize singles events nearly every weekend. These events will have women who want to be approached. Good luck. Story 25. You are 25 and have never had a girlfriend. Trust me, you are not late. You do not want to be messing around with immature girls anyway. Not saying all are immature. People say dating sucks when they are older. Some say it is worse when they are younger. Truth be told, I find dating to be the best around 27 to 34, but that is just me. There is no shame in not having a girlfriend yet. As I always say, your end goal is to end up with one woman anyway. Story 26. Ask your friends if they know anyone who is available. It is best to have a friend introduce you to someone they might know. Story 27. Learn to date. It involves several skills: optimizing your profile, optimizing your texting within reason while using your real personality, optimizing the actual dates. Story 28. You said be ruthless, so I am going to be ruthless. It is very simple. You pursue plus-size women. They love skinny men. Get that experience under your belt, and then you upgrade and improve your game over time. Start at level 1. Every man has experience with plus-size women. Story 29. The best advice I can give is to start talking to everyone. Make it a habit to look strangers in the eye and greet them. Ask how their day is going. This did wonders for me. Male or female, it didn't matter. It made talking to attractive women a breeze. I am just greeting them and making eye contact like everyone else. Good hygiene, grooming, and dressing well are definitely positives, along with getting in shape. You will probably have to approach people in person. Story 30. Brother, I feel you. I had my first girlfriend at 25, but to be honest, it's more in your head than in reality. What I learned is that forcing it through dating apps is really not the way. Being single is actually amazing. You can focus on your hobbies and goals, and trust me, the woman that fits you will come by itself. Don't focus too much on it, and enjoy your moments as a free man. It's much better than you actually realize. Story 31. Go to the gym. Have someone take good pictures of you for your profile. Travel a bit and get some good photos abroad. You will get many matches with just a little effort, and then you can find a partner easily. Story 32. Just be yourself. Maintain good hygiene by brushing your teeth, getting a haircut, and staying clean. Avoid overdoing it by trying to be cool for girls. Story 33. If the dating applications have not worked for you so far, just cut your losses and start approaching women in real life. Do not even approach with the intention of dating, but just to get comfortable with cold approaching. Learn to read body language and be mindful of boundaries. Story 34. Desperation shows. I have gone through dating dry spells in the past and have oozed desperation when approaching or talking to women. Meanwhile, when in long-term relationships, I have had no problem talking with women, no matter how attractive. Guess when women were more interested in me? Just like men can tell when women are desperate to get married or have children, women can tell when men are desperate for a relationship. You have to find a way to play it cool when talking to women in public. Talk without the intention of asking her out. Get comfortable with the idea that women are people, not someone to date or sleep with. It sounds cliché, but dating has to happen naturally and organically without trying to force it. Do you have platonic female friends in your life who can give you some pointers on clothes, attitude, and how to talk with women? Also, dating applications are a complete waste of time for men. Uninstall them. The only thing they will do is destroy your self-esteem. Story 35. Hey man, I don't really have any advice on how to do better. However, it's never too late. Don't think that if you are not in a relationship by a certain time, you are failing. We all have our own different paths that we follow. Story 36. I would take a deep breath. The applications rarely lead to anything long-term anyway. I am a 28-year-old female. I would look at your profiles if you wanted. Story 37. Good, you travel weekly and go out with friends for sports activities. How often do you talk to girls there? Story 38. Get in shape and maybe get a tan. I had a relationship and it ended because I was being dumb and she was manipulative. However, you don't date women by being on the internet all the time. I met my ex on Messenger ironically. We made out, slept together, etc., but you talk to women by talking to women. I'm 23 and single, so take that for what you will, but you aren't going to get anything on dating apps. Coming from someone who has used Tinder and Hinge, they are a waste of time. Go out and talk to women. The world is at your fingertips. 25 is still young. I'm not worried about being single. I'm in shape, and I'll find someone soon, honestly. Story 39. I feel like dating applications are more for casual encounters nowadays. I would not dare to find a long-term partner there. If I were single today, I would do what I enjoy, talking to strangers on the street. That is probably the best way for me. Story 40. I don't have any answer. Suffice to say, 25 is not running out of time. I know a few people who were well into their 30s before finding love. A very good friend of mine found his at 45 and became a dad at 47. Sounds glib, but chill. Be a nice guy, laugh, joke, and flirt. It will happen. Story 41. Finding a partner is sometimes more about self-perception and confidence. What things do you do, or what qualities about yourself make you proud or will make you proud? What are you passionate about? Based on that, I will work on those things to build up your self-esteem and confidence. Since you have not interacted much with women, you need to develop some communication skills, so you should practice. I would work on myself, focusing on what I want to do, while increasing the number of friends. Among those friends, there will eventually be girls. I guarantee that the more friends you have, the higher the chances of finding a girlfriend. Also, don't be anxious. Girls can sense desperation from a block away. Join a craft class. Story 42. You are definitely not running out of time at 25. That feeling is normal, but you cannot let it live in your head. It will wind you up and do you no favors, especially when dating. Thanks a bunch for sticking around till the end of the video. Remember to subscribe, and until next time, stay awesome and goodbye.